Well, here we are once again, Broncos Country, NRW Crew. It is yet another game day. Broncos versus Ravens. It's been a crap season. In fact, it's been almost a crap sandwich of a season. But you know what? We are still true orange and blue fans of the Denver Broncos. So here we go. Get ready for the Get Bucked Game Day show.
Javonte Williams takes the handoff. And Williams, nice second effort, still going. Javonte Williams carrying defenders. Second and 4. Jamar Jefferson in the game for the first time today. And a diving interception. Made it the 12-yard line. Justin Simmons with a spectacular pick. First down. Oh, that pick is made. On his way back is Bradley Chubb to the end zone. First and 10 in the backfield. And going inside. Oh, he got it. What a catch. Touchdown, Denver.
Broncos Country, let's ride.
What is up, NRW Crew? How you doing, Broncos Country? Welcome to the Get Bucked Game Day show, Week 13, Broncos versus Ravens. Can I get an amen? That's not an amen, but close enough. I'm your host, Johnny Baki, today, and this is the Get Bucked Game Day show. And with me, as always, my partner in crime, my childhood best friend, my cousin, Jay Dreamweaver Weaver.
Yeah. Well, how's it going there, folks?
Well, how
Happy
are you
Sunday
doing?
morning. Oh, dude, I'm doing all right. I'm struggle busting it along. I've got a classic case of the vid.
The Rona.
Yeah, so I've been down for the count for quite a bit
Now,
here.
did you actually test positive this time?
I did. I got the double bar.
Oh no!
It's the very first time I've ever actually tested positive. I think I've had it before, but you know how that goes. It's like
your
a 50-50
whole family
shot.
had it, and you had all the same symptoms, so it made sense.
Yeah. Yep. But so I don't know. I've been laying around doing absolutely nothing. I feel like I have log cabin fever, as most people do. I think that are sick, and I mean,
which
so,
by the
I don't
way is
know.
also a terrible horror movie.
It is. But like, I don't know. I've been stewing about this game. I'm ready to watch some good football.
Well, then you came to the wrong place, guys.
I'm ready to watch a game that for the overs.
Damn it, Johnny!
No, you know what? I mean, I can still be hopeful. We can still be hopeful that it's going to be good football today. But man, if the rest of the season so far has been anything to go off of, it's going to be an absolutely terrible game. Guys, welcome to the Get Bucked Game Day show here on the Nothing Rhymes Network. We are fan-led, built for the fans, for the fans. And guys, all we want to do is have you join us in this journey as fans of the greatest franchise, not right now, but in general, in the history of professional sports, the Denver Broncos. Please, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, we would really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, share, comment, get in that comment stream, guys. Let's keep the conversation rolling, share it out there, get it out to your friends. Every Broncos fan knows at least one more. I know that's true. So come on, guys, share it out there. Help us build the family. Like the video and give us a sub. Ding that notification bell so you know whenever we go live. And that way you don't miss a single minute of the fun content that we are putting out there. All right. We have multiple shows throughout the week. We'll get to those here in a little bit. Please just bear with me for a moment as we shout out the sponsor of our show today, Dubby Genderless Energy Blend. Guys, this stuff is incredible. I still have yet to get mine in the mail, but everybody that I've talked to that's used it and all of the ratings just absolutely show how good this product is. Dubby, you get about 30 drinks out of one tub. All right. And you're talking about something right here with no calories, no sugar, no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors, but still contains as much caffeine as 2 cups of coffee, along with chock full of amino acids, B vitamins, and a neuroenhancer that is derived from the coffee fruit of the coffee tree. Guys, this stuff is incredible. Just get on over there. Make sure you check out Dubby. And do not forget that when you do jump on over to our good friends over there at Dubby, to use the code NRWOB10. You can't really see the 10 there. I need to fix that. NRWOB10 to get 10% off of your order at checkout. Get on over there, guys. Get you some energy, okay? And Master of Merch, please shamelessly plug our merch store.
All right. Well, is it actually going now? Like, is it doing it now?
Yeah, it's doing it. You're good.
All right, it's doing it. Well, you know what? I mean, guys, as they used to say in 7th grade computer lab, you got to use that left click and you got to double click the left click to really click on those things as opposed to a right click.
Good job, Jay.
Yeah, double left click any of these great mugs in which you can get today 15% off of everything, including
in our
standard shipping. In our store, not everything on the internet. Definitely just this store. But these are some good mugs.
It's our Cyber Week special.
Yeah. We're pretty cybery.
Get on over there, guys. We got a little bit of everything. The link is in the bio below. Jump on over. Get yourself some swag. All right. It's cool stuff. And it's all really high quality. We've got some really good designs, and I'm coming out with more soon.
Yeah, you can get your energy drink, pour it right into one of these mugs or glasses here.
Exactly.
See, perfect pairing. Perfect.
Go get yourself some Dubby, right? Mix it up in your shaker bottle and pour it into one of these wonderful NRWOB, drinking receptacles.
Absolutely. And
there you go.
Left click 2 times.
Yeah. Don't click the left button, right?
The left one.
Yeah. All right, guys. So here we are. It's game day here on the Nothing Rhymes Network. Broncos versus Ravens. How we feeling, everybody? Let's jump on into our comment stream here. We've already got our boy Dave Glassman. He says, upset Sunday? Stranger things have happened. But Dave, I believe you took the Ravens on the money line, right? So you
liar!
Want? Liar! Our boy D-Rock, that guy, says, let us hope that the defense will bounce back. Our buddy from Orange Weekly, Rob Merrick, says, sup, boys? Dave reminds you, Jay, to bet the under.
Never.
Definition of insanity, my friend.
Never.
And then Rob said, everybody's wishing Jay a quick recovery from the wonderful.
Thank you.
He said, we got that guy, get better, Weaver. Rob says, Jay, get feeling better. This is let's see. Jay says, I bet against him every week, and every week I hope to be wrong. That's great, Dave. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. Yeah. It really does. But I'm still optimistic. I'm still hopeful. I mean, maybe not optimistic at this point. I would say hopeful. What do you think, Jay?
I'm a little optimistic. I want to be optimistic. It's by choice. It's not by logic. I mean, I look at this game and the Ravens have a lot to play for. They're still right in the hunt. They're still right in the thick of things. Unfortunately, I think teams now look at our team as this is a soft week. This is an easier week. So we actually are the team that could be a trap game for someone. And this kind of aligns to be maybe a trap game for Baltimore. Maybe they're overlooking us. You know, we're
I can blame them.
We don't necessarily jump off the page, and we can use that to our advantage. We don't normally have that mindset going into games because we're a proud fan base, and as we shouldn't be a doorstep for anyone. But it could happen today. Why not today? It's the NFL. Any team can win.
Very nice.
I mean, we can be hopeful. Now, I mean, I couldn't blame anybody for overlooking us at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if I people talking all kinds of smack at the office right now towards me. I mean, I literally have the back wall of my cubicle is entirely taken up with a full-size Broncos flag.
That's awesome.
And I have helmets on, I have mini helmets and stuff on my shelf, that everybody sees when they walk by. I just happen to be at probably the corner of the most traveled area of the entire office, so everybody sees it. I have had so much smack talk as of late from everybody, and they're like, what happened, or how you feeling? And at this point, at the beginning of it all, I was kind of like, yeah, we could turn it around. Now I'm just like, I don't even have words.
Yep.
There's nothing. I have nothing left. But like you said, Jay, maybe, just maybe, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens overlook the Broncos, and we wake up.
Yeah.
And that what if, just what if? I know that I hate playing the what if game. But what if we are that trap game for them? We come out on top, and that just happens to be the turning point. Finally, maybe, doubtful, but maybe. I mean, again, I'm hopeful.
I've seen crazier things. I've seen crazier things, and I don't know. We've never done very well on the East Coast on early games.
No, we have not, unfortunately.
But you know what? Our backs are against the wall, and we have nothing to lose. We literally have nothing to lose. So, it is everyone's on borrowed time. So, I mean, honestly, if Hackett had any hair, he should let it down and just let's go.
He can borrow Dulcich's for one game.
There you go. He's got enough to spare.
So, someone's at my front door.
Uh-oh.
I don't know who it is, but my doorbell just done rang.
Well,
it's my son's best friends. My 8-year-old son has best friend twin girls, and he doesn't even know he's living the dream.
The neighborhood gang of kids.
Yeah, but his best friends are twin girls.
That's awesome.
He doesn't even know he's living the dream.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But anyway,
maybe they'll be on Coors Light commercial someday.
Yeah, but hey, no, these girls are too sweet for that. I love these two, and their family. They live right down the road, and we have become true family. You know what I mean? That's what their mom. That's what she calls it, is family. So Dave's coming in. He says, if we can hold them to 3 or 4 Justin Tucker field goals, then we have a chance. If they get into the end zone twice, we're screwed. You're not wrong, Dave. I mean, that everything right there tells me that is absolutely.
Thankfully, they have a game plan almost every week, and they construct their team because they have a head coach that is a special teams focused person. It's always going to be a run first mentality, which we should know by now lends to a low scoring, close game most weeks, which lends to the degree of error is very small for them. So upsets can happen when, games are always, 1-2 possession games. No, they're never going to blow someone out. So
yeah,
I mean, in a run first style offense that they do, it could be the recipe to set up today for us to happen. And I don't see here, Dave Glassman throwing up any news on Lamar's quad.
So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that right now. Got Ravens Wire trying to ask me if I want push notifications. Screw you. He spoke to the media on Friday when he was asked about that injury. He said he's good to go. It's a new injury. It's not nagging. So he said he
participant for the last 2 practices.
Yeah,
so he was limited earlier in the week, but I mean,
he'll be out there. Out there, and he is a dangerous guy in terms of a threat to your team, because as we saw, he proved for the first time in NFL history against the Broncos that he can pass. And ever since, the world has respected him as a passing quarterback. But he's, of course, is so well known because he's probably the top rusher on the Ravens as the quarterback. The man is a freak. He's an animal, and what he does is he surgically takes defenses apart with his legs and with his arm. So he is dangerous. We definitely have to respect it. I really hope. I don't have a lot of it, but I really hope they figured out a way to game plan for it.
Well, I would hope that we're taking the same kind of game plan that we did for Derrick Henry, as weird as that sounds, is you throw Draymond Jones on the outside and you do not put him in dead center. Throw him on an end, and we just.
By the way, if you guys haven't heard, Draymond will be playing today.
Which that's a huge thing.
That is a huge thing.
We need the Jones brothers to show up in full force. Alex Singleton, this is an Alex
Every time
Singleton
you say
game.
that, every time that you say that, all I can think of is it sounds like a bagel and coffee shop.
What?
The Jones brothers. It's just like Jones Brothers coffee, Jones Brothers bagels. You know, that's what I every time
We've
you
got
say
Jones Brothers cupcakes here too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's there you go.
There's a lot of Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses, you know.
Yeah, keeping up with them. Yeah, I mean, that's what we got to do, right?
But yeah, you know, Alex Singleton, I see him to have a huge game. He's going to have to be the magnet on the ball. You know, Josie Jewell, you know, it's just kind of one of those games where I think the focus is going to be on the ground rush defense. And then just be aware of that random bootleg of that.
And our safeties. I mean, guys, help us out in the comments. Can keep it going, but I mean, our safeties are going to have to really be on their game today, to, you know, on the outside, especially, making sure that they are ready for that run, because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen often, and it's going to happen well. So, we were already speaking there for a moment about, that Lamar Jackson is active for this game. And that Draymond Jones is also active. Oh my gosh, if one more person rings that doorbell and there's no pizza in my kitchen, I'm going to be really upset. Okay, so let's talk Broncos inactives for today. It's looking like we got Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. They were full participants in practice the last couple of days and will be active today. Jerry Jeudy's back, y'all. That's a good feeling.
That's surprising to me.
Me too. But
what that tells me is that maybe we are going to have a focus to the big weakness that the Ravens have as a team is their secondary. And Jerry Jeudy is the guy to exploit that.
Yes, he is.
So maybe that's a sign. I mean, that's a good get back at the same time of hearing KJ Hamler's going to IR is probably done for the year.
Yeah. I hate it. No.
Dude, KJ, we heard that in the preseason of it's just injury upon injury upon injury. It's just the guy cannot.
He cannot catch a break.
No, he can't get on the field.
You know who it reminds me of so much? Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, he's effective when he's out there.
If we could have one full season with Cortland, Jerry Jeudy, and KJ Hamler all healthy, we would have. It's just like Von Miller and Bradley Chubb when we could not keep both of them healthy at the same time.
Well, the two things that are similar about those two players is they had injury history in college. This wasn't a surprise or question. That is a decision to draft. Thanks, John Elway.
Dang it.
I mean, KJ Hamler blew his knee out in college. Like,
damn it, Dragon. Anyway, looking over here, further inactives for the Broncos. We have Andrew Beck. Okay, we're missing our tight. You know, that's
a big loss.
Again, especially against the style of play that the Ravens have. Andrew Beck would be a fullback, would actually be really good.
Huge, yeah.
But unfortunately, he's out. Albert, I'm not crying about it. Jonathan Harris, okay. It just hurts our depth at defensive tackle a little bit.
Yeah.
Linebacker Dakota Allen. I mean, he's again, it's our depth. This one hurts though. K'Wan Williams still out.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And Michael Ojemudia hurts our depth at corner. Anthony Harris at safety doesn't really hurt us too badly. So I mean, those are our inactives for this
K'Wan
game.
Williams is really banged up, like
I'm used to
seeing hockey injury reports that's lower body, upper body. You don't need to know. And then I see K'Wan Williams' wrist, elbow, knee. Like a whole laundry list on the same report in the same week. Like
it's well, I mean, I'm sorry. I personally love how hockey players are, man. Like they get messed up and they're bleeding everywhere and they're still getting back on the ice.
Yeah.
It's a totally different environment. But anyway, but looking at the inactives for this game for the Ravens, we got running, like this is kind of funny. You'd almost be worried when you see this, that running backs J.K. Dobbins and Mike Davis are both out, but then you remember, oh wait, but they have Lamar Jackson, so who cares? They're missing wide receiver Tylan Wallace. Meh. They're missing tight end Charlie Kolar. He's all right. David Ojabo, their defensive end. I believe this is his rookie season, is it not? He's out. Linebacker. Their linebacking core is hurting. Delshon Phillips, Julian Stanford, and Josh Burns all out today. So we may be able to exploit that in the run game a little bit. Just saying.
It's true.
Or in the over the top in the pass game as well.
I was gonna say the run game is still at the end of the day. You got Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. They're not letting a whole lot past them.
Right? No, they're not. You got Demarion Williams and Marcus Williams. Their cornerback and safety. They're both out as well. So I mean, a few on that list that give me a little hope. That, knowing that they will not be in the game, but for the most part, they're pretty well. They look nothing like the Ravens of the past few years. Let's put it that way.
And I also saw. I don't know if you mentioned this. Actually, I didn't see him. Calais Campbell, is he in?
Good question. Let me search that.
I saw he was did not participate all week in practice, but that really doesn't mean anything.
Well, no, I mean, he could have just been taking a veteran week off, but I don't know how you would really, but I don't know how you would be doing any kind of game prep without being in practice. So
never mind. He's in.
Okay. So yeah, Calais Campbell will be in. That could hurt us, but
that guy's a scary guy.
He is. I mean, he's no Aaron Donald, but he can hurt you. So let me see here. We got back to the comments here for a moment. Rob says, you know what's going to happen? He is going to get cut or traded and go off like crazy. Yeah.
Hamler?
He is.
Yeah. That will happen. He'll go to a different team and bang, he's like a legit number 2 for a team that is just
it's the Broncos curse, man.
Yeah.
Rob also says, but if Russ can't throw them the ball or have the time to or moxie. Wow.
That's a good word on Sunday morning.
The 1930s called, Rob. They want their verbiage back about him with the offense to actually read the defense. It doesn't matter. That's true. That's all true. Dat guy, D-Rock, says, I guess I'm putting the trailer before the horse here, but how drastically different will the roster be next season in our opinion? Not that different, honestly, in my opinion. I'm being completely honest.
I think it's going to be very, very similar as well. Unfortunately, we're going to have some changes, but I mean, there's not going to be any wholesale changes. We're not going to trade anyone. Like if somebody's hoping for Jerry Jeudy to be traded or KJ Hamler or someone of that ilk, I mean, none of that I don't think is going to happen. I think we'll sign some free agents, but they're not going to be like phenomenal free agents. We're going to have to overpay them because who the heck wants to come here? This is not a destination. I mean, it was supposed to be
a destination. And you know what? After this, it could become such, but right now it's not.
Right now.
Correct.
Right now, it's the furthest thing from a destination that it possibly could be.
Yep.
Let's see. We got Rob asks, can we talk about CU getting Coach Primetime? Could CU be relevant again?
It's prime time.
You're so happy.
Oh my
You're
God,
so
I'm
happy.
so happy.
I mean, I grew up.
It
Look at you. Look at you with the little chip bobblehead.
Yeah, dude, I'm so happy. I'm
You know,
so
I
happy
grew up-
they're going to be
I grew up
relevant.
a CU fan alongside you, but then I went to Mizzou, and so I will always have that. Oh my God! Here goes the doorbell again. I'm losing my mind. There better be pizza on that stove when I get home or when I get down from here. But no, I still love the CU Buffs. I always will. But of course, my heart now lies with the Mizzou Tigers because that's my that's where I went to school.
This is the
Kinda
most
like-
exciting time for CU Buffs.
It is.
Exciting time for as long as I can remember, since 2001, with Chris Brown scoring, 7 touchdowns against the Huskers. That was the last high point, monumental high point.
Oh God. Our buddy, wait, there's that. Our buddy Andy Schrant jumping in right now. Wait, there's a Bronco game? Yeah,
I know.
Andy,
I guess.
There is. I mean, I'm feeling it too, buddy. I'm actually going to be doing some
time.
prime time. No, not now. No, not today. Nope, we got the noon game. It's the furthest thing from prime time. But no, I'm actually going to be having to do some furniture moving and cleaning up while I'm watching the game because I promised the wife and children that we will be decorating the house this evening for Christmas.
Oh, Christmas, yeah.
Yes, the tree's got to go up and the mantle's got to get covered, and I have to move an entire hutch that sits in my corner by my couch, Jay. Yeah, that big old with the sliding doors. Yeah, I got to move that because that's where the tree goes.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's going to be a fun afternoon for me. I'm going to be feeling it during the post-game show.
Well, lift with your
but
legs.
yes, Andy, there is, in fact, a Broncos game today. Shocking, I know. Let's see. Andy says, I am excited about Coach Prime getting valuable assets to the team, but he's just a true teacher and not a leader of men. Huh. I mean, that's a very accurate assessment thus far.
I would have just the sheer amount of transfer portals that are about to come to Boulder that would have never even thought about Boulder is going to be wildly we're going to be on the front page of a magazine now, whereas nobody gave 2 craps about Boulder.
Well, I mean, it is. I grew up in Boulder County. It is Boulder, but
nobody
sorry.
cares.
I know that's going to get under your skin, buddy.
They used to have to pay kids to go to games with alcohol. Hey, we serve alcohol now. Please come.
And, I know that's what I just said is gonna get under Andy's skin. He says CU fans and students like myself deserve this.
They do.
But here's the thing, Andy. The only good thing, in my opinion, growing up where I grew up in Longmont, which is Boulder County, I'm sure you know. The only good thing about Boulder to me is CU. I can't stand that city. Never have, and probably never will. But that's just my own thing. He said, apparently, according to Andy, he says he thinks one of Coach Primetime's hires was a DB coach from Bama. I mean, that could be interesting if, somebody from the Saban background. I mean, it is Nick Saban.
Maybe this whole thing is just a dry run for Prime for a year to be the Broncos head coach.
Yeah. Do you really think he'd last in the NFL, Jay? Come on.
No, he wouldn't.
No, not even a a little. Guy barely survives in college.
He is made for college.
Yeah, he's the John Harbaugh, or is it Jim Harbaugh? I'd never get it right.
It's John.
It's
Jim.
Yeah, he's Jim Harbaugh.
We're playing John today.
Yeah, okay. But I'm just saying, John Harbaugh, he's the John Harbaugh, of the Harbaugh brothers. Is he's made for college. I would say he's Urban Meyer, but Urban Meyer sucks in college or professional, so who cares?
He's not responsible enough to be in a college town.
God no. No. Let's just get off of that right now.
Yeah.
Before I have to put on bump and grind.
Gross.
Yeah, well, if the shoe fits.
Yeah!
Anyway, all right, guys. So let's keep it rolling here. Who do we think has a standout game? Pick one player on the Broncos who has a standout.
We've been focusing a lot on the defense, and rightfully so, because there's a lot to focus on for Lamar Jackson. But I'd love to think, maybe not realistically, but maybe think, about the offense really sparking today, and who's going to be the catalyst for that spark. I think it might be a Dulcich day. These linebackers that they have are very good against the run.
In the comments.
But just above that, I could see a Dulcich day. So
that'd be beautiful. I would love it. What I want to see just once is like a helmet pass, where like it goes to like hit him in the back of the head because he wasn't looking, and his hair just suddenly reaches out, scoops the ball, and holds it against the back of his helmet. Like I want to see that. Like
I want his touchdown celebration just to like part his hair, take it, and just like cuddle with
that. That would be oh my god. That would be an instant GIF forever on the internet. Like, oh, that'd be beautiful. All right, we have some good predictions here in the comments. Rob says Alex Singleton as usual. Hey, I've been so high on Alex all season. He is my guy.
That's
like I'm actually to this point now where I think I'm gonna buy a Singleton jersey in the offseason. Like I love if they don't offer him a contract extension, I'm gonna be really upset because he has more than earned it.
Yeah, I mean he is a terrific. He's got a nose for the ball. Like he is really good in pursuit. Like he knows where to be. He reads the play formations very fast, very
quickly. Very Josie Jewell. He's very much like Josie Jewell that way. The only difference is I think Alex Singleton's a little faster.
He's definitely faster. He's way faster than Josie.
Yeah, but I mean, Josie's got those instincts that just cannot be taught. But Alex, I feel like he's got those same instincts.
Josie's a green dot guy, whereas Singleton I don't necessarily take as like the leader. I wouldn't want him like out there necessarily calling plays, but he does have the instincts you want to get to the ball and to and he's fast enough to do it. Yeah.
Andy comes in saying Brandon Johnson going to catch a 45-yard touchdown. Woo! That's a bold statement. We haven't seen. Only reason I say bold statement, I loved what I saw from BJ in the preseason before he was moved to the practice squad. The only reason I say that that's bold is because we activated him last week and we saw he was almost a non-factor. So it's hard for me to say that I can be truly confident in that statement. Now, would it be awesome? Absolutely. God, man, I cannot get rid of this cough. I'm not sick anymore, but I cannot get rid of this cough, and it's driving me crazy. Let's see. That guy, Simmons and Dulcich, the hair. So, all right, two guys. Our boy, good friend of the show, good personal friend of the show, Justin Simmons, and Mr. Greg Dulcich. All right. And he also says he thinks that Jerry will allow for good play action plays. I hope so. I mean, he's back. He's back. And I'm really hoping that Russ can capitalize on his return. I mean, what do you think about Jerry Jeudy being back?
I could see him on a play count. I could see him not really necessarily being a full participant in the scheme, but just out there more so as maybe just kind of a, okay, look at me, just kind of a distraction. Because at the end of the day, his injury was the back of your ankle or something like that, something to do with your ankle.
It's a high ankle thing. Which high ankles is very, very painful, and they don't heal fast.
Well, and not only that, his whole skill set is predominant on cutting and route running, and so like I just don't see how that mixes. Like it's not like he has sure hands that will throw him out on a 3rd and short and like, hey bud, just go do a little hitch.
Hey,
you don't need to be athletic.
Dude, you sound like you sound like
Hey,
you're
bud.
you sound like you're coming straight off the set of Letterkenny. Hey, bud.
Hey, bud, I'm gonna need you to just put the biscuit in the basket there.
Yeah, the biscuit in the basket.
Top
Oh,
shelf
God,
where
I
Mama
love
hides the cookies.
Have you watched Shorzy yet? By the way, we're
I
sitting here
have.
talking.
I have.
Oh my
Shorzy's-
God, Shorzy is
Shorzy's on a
so
whole
good.
different level. Whole
I love
different
them
level
both.
of Letterkenny.
I love. You know what's funny? I love Canadian comedy.
I
It's
love
so
Canadian
dry and
comedy.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so dry and wonderful.
If you've never watched Corner Gas is one of
No.
it is the Canadian Seinfeld. It is the
Oh, God.
most popular sitcom in Canadian television history. You need to watch that.
Okay,
Hilarious.
corner gas.
Corner
I'll
Gas.
look into it because I'm all about my Letterkenny, my Trailer
Yeah.
Park Boys, Shorzy. I love them all.
Yo, it's so good.
They're hysterical. And if anybody out there has not yet watched any one of these shows we're talking about, you
do
need
yourself a
to
favor.
wake up and get out there and check this stuff out because you will laugh until you nearly die.
Yeah.
Um,
But okay, let me get back to my point here. So I can't remember who mentioned it before, but like, how drastically is the roster going to look different than next year?
that would have been our boy Dak guy, D-Rock, Shadow Jacker.
Here's one spot that I would love to see focus on for the rest of the year to kind of determine if they're going to survive or not. Montreal, Washington has shown nothing. Zero zilch.
I know
He hasn't done anything from a special team standpoint, and he hasn't done anything on the offensive side of the ball either. We've seen like one or two flashes. One of the flashes I remember called back from a penalty, and the other flash was like a reverse that was good, but like that's it. So I want him to get highlighted because at the end of the day, I think he is trying out for a roster spot next year. It's not guaranteed. He's a gadget player, and he could just as easily be off the roster next year. So I want to get him involved in the offense. I want to see some slot work for him.
You just called him a gadget player. Now I just want to envision him being like, go gadget kickoff return.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. Montreal, Washington.
Well, he was the guy that was on the sideline eating the hot dog when he was supposed to be on the field. What was it, like 3 weeks ago that we had the penalty where our special teams just didn't have a returner out?
Yeah, come on, man.
Embarrassing.
Oh, here we go. A Letterkenny reference. Embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
I won't actually say the word that comes before it though.
That coach.
Fed you an embarrassing. Kick a trash can across the room.
I've had a hockey coach like that before.
I'm sure you have. I had a football coach like that, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So So now you said we've each given. I didn't give. Actually, I didn't give one, did I? Who's going to stand out today? For standouts, I really want to see a standout on the offensive line.
That's a good one.
So what I want to see, I don't know who is our starting center right now. Is it
Glasgow?
Is it still Glasgow?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to see a tandem standout. All right, and I want to see that. I want to see it out of Glasgow and Reisner. Off, like the center to the inside left. That's what I want to see. That's where that's where one of the biggest threats to Russ is going to come from in Calais Campbell. I need them to stand out so that Russ has time to get the rock off again, because we said the only threat we really have against him is our passing game in this one. So we've got to be able to pass. And if Calais Campbell's coming off the inside left like he does, those two have to stand out. So that's what I want to see. I guess, who do I think is going to stand out? I'm going to give it to Glasgow. Unfortunately, Dalton has just kind of been more and more disappointing over time. But Glasgow, I feel like he's had his ups and his downs, but more often than not, I'm impressed with what I see, and I think he's a very underappreciated and underrated player.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it to Graham Glasgow today. So who do we think is going to have a rough game, like a truly rough game individually?
I think it's going to be Russ. I don't think Russ is going to have a great game. I think we are going to have to get the running game started, at least not even being successful, but just get established to that we are going to try to run the ball, because they have such an incredibly skilled front seven that
yes, they do.
It's going to be very tough for them to not get pressure on Russ. And thus far, we've seen Russ under pressure is not a great thing. Russ has not made very good decisions under pressure. And I just...
Which is so out of character for him.
It is.
It's shocking.
He's seeing ghosts. He's not thinking clearly under pressure the way he normally is. Usually calm and collected. And he can escape and just reassess, and he makes big plays ad hoc. But
wow, Jay, bringing out the ad hoc. Good Lord, just in case you want to make all of the rest of us feel stupid and using, I mean, come on, ad hoc. Listen to this guy. Dave, I do want to bring up this one, then I'll bring up Dave's. Shadow says, dude, that hockey coach was intense. Oh my God.
That's great.
The hockey players and the arguments between the hockey players and the farmers are the whole reason I started watching that show.
Yeah,
it's so clutch, man. It's so good. Then Dave, I like this, says Avero said Singleton is the fastest reacting player he has ever coached. That's pretty. Oh, and then he says he was knocking down a bowl of cereal. Ooh, I love cereal. What kind? So, I like that. You're what?
I said I mix.
What do you mix?
Well, I mean, I tend to do a sweet and a I call it kind of honey based. Like you have like a golden graham, or you have a, like I even throw just graham crackers. I know that's not cereal, but graham crackers and milk is just ungodly good. It is just, just, oh, wow. So I'm a mixture guy.
I'm a flakes kind of guy. But I'm not into the overly sweet. Even before I was diabetic, I was never into the overly sweet. I was like Special K, loved the flakes with the almonds and some of the, like some dried fruit in there. I like Smart Start with toss in some blueberries. Like that's amazing.
The fiber, huh?
Yeah, well, it's not even about the fiber. I just like the way it tastes better. And I've never had the most overly sweet tooth in the world. So, it's just sweet enough. And in Afghanistan, I used to do a thing where I would go and I'd get a bowl of the Kellogg's Smart Start, and then I'd grab half the time we didn't have access to milk, so I'd go grab a bowl of yogurt, and I'd dump the yogurt into the cereal bowl, and I'd mix it all up and eat it that way. And it was like the yogurt with the crunch. It was fantastic.
That's what Lindsay does every day.
Yogurt and cereal.
Yep.
A lot of people have never thought about doing it. I'm telling you.
It's kind of like
go
granola.
Out. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Go out, dump your cereal into a bowl of yogurt. You'll thank me.
Yeah.
I promise you. Let's see. Dave says it was Quaker Oats squares.
Those are super good.
Those are good.
I really like those a lot, actually.
Yeah. I've never been into the whole wheat, or like frosted mini wheats and things like that. Ugh.
See, I like all that. I can't
do it.
Do yourself a favor and Google the red dye 6, I believe it is. Don't eat anything that is colored in cereal, like Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops or.
Nah, my kids love them.
Oh yeah,
but lately my kids have been all about the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, that's okay. No food coloring really in
Dave says he loves grape nuts and vanilla yogurt. Just in case we didn't know how old Dave was, he loves grape nuts. I'm joking, of course, Dave, but do love it. All right, so you know what? We're talking food now. So I think it's a perfect time for us to caveat straight into the Mile High menu. Okay, Mile High Menu, guys. Let's talk game time food for the day. Jay, what are you eating today while you're laid up and away from your family because of the wonderful coronavirus? Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Brutal.
Today is cigarettes and stress. All right, buddy.
That's not a menu. That's a lifestyle.
That is, believe me. So anyway, are you actually eating anything today, or do you just not have an appetite?
Dude, I've been eating ramen and broth-based stuff. I did have a sandwich last night, but not really hungry a whole lot. Just pills. Just eating pills.
You pill popping,
Yeah.
phenom you.
I know.
So let me ask you this: you said, yeah, feed it. Anyway, yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. Don't be getting that point on me, Jen. I need, as your family, I need you to stay a little above reproach on that, okay?
Damn it, Johnny!
I know, I'm just the worst cousin ever.
One of us has made a gross error.
That's right. So let me ask you this: you said ramen.
Yeah.
How do you make your ramen? Because I'm weird when it comes to ramen.
So I don't like the full packet of flavor. I think it's a little much when you do the full flavor pack. So I do a half pack, and then I do it on the stovetop. I am a firm believer that makes it better. I don't think it does.
It is,
but it does make it better.
Yeah.
It's more foamy. I don't know, like the broth is more brothy. But that's usually how I do.
Okay. All right. See, I do it differently. I'm a little weird when it comes to ramen. So what I do it on the stovetop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I get my bowl ready before it's done, right? I take the flavor packet, pour it into the bowl. I take a can of Tony Cheshire's Creole seasoning. I sprinkle that into the bowl. It's good. It gives it some spice. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, I scoop about a tablespoon or about a half tablespoon worth of margarine or butter into the bowl, and I melt it in the microwave for like 40 seconds.
When butter bomb? I do this for popcorn.
Hold on. When I'm done, I drain the water off the noodles. I pour the noodles into the bowl, and I sit there and I scoop them until they're all well and covered, and the noodles with the butter and then the flavoring, it's actually really good. Just noodles, no broth.
Huh. No
and
broth.
The funny thing is, it's the same way my wife eats it.
Interesting. It's like butter noodle.
Kind of, but with the ramen flavor packet, and like I said, I add Tony's to give it some spice.
Oh, Tony.
Tony Cheshire.
There you go.
So that's how I do.
That actually sounds pretty good.
So let's see. That guy comes in saying, I'm eating some American / Far East food today. Chinese food. There you go. All right. What's your go-to?
Foreign food ever.
Indeed, but what's your go-to there, that guy? Help me out. Andy comes in saying, you know what? I'm going to support Russ all the way until he gets ran out of Denver. He is our QB, and today I'm going to be hyper-focused on nothing but him. I love it. There's nothing we can do about him being here right now, so might as well stand behind him, right? I like that.
Yeah.
I can respect the hell out of that, Andy.
And that's honestly how Broncos Country should take it, because there's nothing going to change about that.
Nothing whatsoever.
So
not for
we
years.
need to get behind that.
Like, get over yourselves and get behind him.
Yep.
If you can't stand with us, go ahead and just stand in front of us. We'll run you right over. All right. So let's see. For today, I'm doing some buffalo wings. I think I'm also going to do some lemon pepper. Just because I had some earlier this week on a it was interesting. It was a lemon peppered country fried chicken breast. I'd never seen it done that way. but it was really good. And so I was like, you know what? I want some lemon pepper. So I think I'm going to do some buffalo wings and some lemon pepper wings today. Of course, with ranch. Of course, with ranch, because I'm not a heathen.
Well, you got to make your appearance in the Hidden Valley.
Indeed. It's not so hidden. Everybody knows where it is.
That's true.
Aisle 4. Let's see. Shadow comes in saying chicken lo mein with white rice and some spare ribs. Okay. I like it. I like
with
it. Holy
spare
crap.
ribs, huh?
Yeah. And holy crap. A 6'10" Mexican. A Don Diaz is in the house. Says lemon pepper is not greater than Cajun.
I would agree with him.
Okay.
Cajun's
I can get on board with it.
Notch.
Let's see. Andy comes in and saying, and let's admit, when he's healthy, Jerry is wide receiver 1, Kendall is 2, and BJ is 3. But what about Cortland? Because
what about Cortland?
I was going to say Court is active today. He'll be in the game. So
really, how it should be is Jerry should be number 1, Cortland should be number 2.
Yeah, I agree with that. In the grand scheme
of life, that's how it really should be. Some could argue Hamler theoretically should be above Sutton.
Yeah, in some ways. I mean, the way that it seems like Sutton has just had his drop issues, it's really starting to gall me, man.
It's
I'm
mental.
Like, I know it is. He's got the yips, but he's got to get over it because he is the, at least as of right now, he's the touted wide receiver 1. You can't be that guy and be making the mistakes he is. You can't.
Maybe he's a trade candidate, and when Patrick comes back,
at this point,
it's possible.
It would not surprise me at all at this point.
I wouldn't be that surprised by that.
I'm so excited when we offered both of them contracts within the same week. I was so pumped. But lately, I'm so over Cortland's issues. I would actually be completely on board with trading Court away and keeping Tim. And you'd save a lot more money because Tim Patrick's contract is smaller.
True. Boy, what a bizarro world it is that we are literally willing to throw away Cortland Sutton. And I
didn't say throw away.
Getting behind someone like Jerry Jeudy. I'd rather have Jerry Jeudy than Cortland Sutton.
I would.
That would have been blasphemy last year.
Before Jeudy went out with that recent injury, he was
playing better.
He was playing better than Cortland was.
You're right. You're not
as
wrong.
of right now. This is what I feel. Andy says he likes Court, but he's so limited. He needs that. He needs that extra killer instinct. Yeah, he does. And what made him so great, I feel like he's gotten away from it. I feel like after that injury that cost him a season, he hasn't been the same, and not because of the injury itself. I think it's in his head. It's like you said, Jay. It's in his head. He had that injury that cost him an entire season, and ever since he has never looked the same. He used to be so willing to go up and do whatever it took to get that ball. Now it feels like he holds back because he doesn't want to get hurt, and I get that. But look, if you're holding back, you're not going to be the wide receiver 1 for very long in this sport. I'm sorry, it's a fact. Not in the pros anyway. Sorry, bud. But there are a lot of guys out there who really want your position, and a lot of them are going to have the skill set to become that. If you're too afraid to get over your fear,
and you're not a vaunted first round draft pick that gets 9 lives, like you're as whether it's right or wrong, that is kind of how the NFL works. If you're a first round draft pick,
I don't feel like George Payton's playing that game though.
No,
I don't think George Payton gives a damn what pick you win at. If you're not being the best you can be for this team.
He's the outlier. Like most GMs are not like that.
Yeah, most GMs are not like that. But again, Court is not a Payton guy either.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't draft him. He didn't draft him. He has no loyalty to him.
Very true. Very true.
You know, Cortland just might be playing for his position on the Broncos.
Man, the more we talk, the more I'm saying, wow, actually, the roster could flip quite a bit next year. We're talking ourselves into that now.
I'm not necessarily saying it's going to happen, but I could see it being a possibility for the right price.
When you talk through it, it actually makes quite a bit of sense.
Here's the thing: we're talking about it. George Payton doesn't seem like the guy who really cares what position you were drafted in, as long as you're being productive, right? But because Court was drafted in the first round.
No, he's second.
Oh, sorry, second, but still second round pick. That can garner you something, some pretty primo capital.
Well, this is just how you get more darts on the dart, for the dart
on the board.
Like he said that we're gonna have way more picks than what.
No, I don't think if this was to come to pass, I'm not saying it would, but if this was to come to pass, it would not happen during the season. Obviously, it can't. But in the offseason, I would say even possibly like days, if not the day of the draft.
Yeah, it's a draft day trade.
Boom.
Yep.
Let's see. Shadow asking us, fellas, y'all think Draymond Jones stays? I sure as hell hope so.
That's a Walton Penner question.
Yeah.
That's not a George Payton question even, I don't think.
No,
I really don't think it's even.
I think Draymond is sick and tired of what's going on here. And he would rather be somewhere else in terms of winning, of being able to get wins. He's shown that. But for the right price, you could keep him.
Draymond wants top dollar, top market.
And he's worth it.
He is, but that's not how we roll. Like we don't ever pay top price tag.
Let's look at that though. That is not how we have rolled. We don't know how we roll anymore.
You're right.
Because everything after this season is totally different.
You're right.
George Payton he's still only going into his third year as GM.
But it's
we kind of know how George Payton rolls. But we have no idea how the Walton Penner organization rolls.
True.
So we don't know anything. The Bolin, not even the Bolin era. We knew how Pat Bolin rolled.
Elway.
The Elway era,
cheapskate.
Under the trust, they did not roll that way. But who knows? Who knows? Greg Penner might just be like, look, Draymond, you got to if you lose the attitude,
open.
I will give you open. Yeah, here's a blank check. Fill in a number, Yeah.
If we pay him, he'll stay. Otherwise, I do not see I don't see a franchise tag in his future. I hope not.
I hate franchise tagging players. It's so insulting. It really is. It's literally the biggest way you can insult one of your best players.
Yeah.
So let's see. Dave says, I think Draymond is a strong franchise tag candidate. I agree he would be, but I really hope they don't. I really, really hope they don't. Shadow saying Baki gets it. I think Draymond wants some money and the playoff chances. And who can blame him? He is that good.
He is.
He knows that given a better situation, he'd have he could get that ring. And that's what he wants.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. And that's why he stayed in Denver, because he thought, just like the rest of us, that this season was going to be different. And it's not. So, all right. So we are coming up on the hour mark. I think it's about time for us to start. Jay, do you have the Vegas odds up for us today?
Oh, I do.
All right. Well, hey guys, that means you know what time that is. Then it's time for You Want to Bet. Boom. All right. It's time for You Want to Bet, where we make our picks in terms of the current odds on this game. So Jay, would you please walk us through the money line, the odds, and what we are looking at today? The spread, all of it.
All right. So I'd like to start with what it opened with. So when the books opened for this week, we were a 6.5 point underdog to the Baltimore Ravens.
We were plus 6. So we were plus 6.5.
Correct.
All right.
And the over/under was 40.
Oh.
Fast forward to this morning. We are 9.5 underdogs. So it jumped 3 points.
What the hell changed?
9.5.
Wait, what in the hell changed?
I don't know. That's a great
Lamar?
the money. I mean,
No, but what I mean is like, why did they change it? Like, is it good? Does it have to do with Lamar Jackson or what?
probably I would say the 6.5 was like, well, is Lamar Jackson going to play the quad? He was limited in practice in the beginning of the week. Maybe. Yeah. And as things got clear from an injury standpoint, here we are. Just shy of 10-point underdog, which in the NFL, if you hit a double-digit line, that means you're going to get blown out.
Well, that's what they predict. They predict a blowout.
Yeah, that's significant. Over-under didn't change at all. We went from 40 to 39.5.
Okay, close. So, yeah, it's the same.
Same thing. Same exact thing for over-under.
All right. Okay. All right. So, Dave, Andy comes in and says, banger. I don't know. Are you talking about my my little want to bet transition video there, Andy, or what's going on there?
I just want to know. English people eat bangers?
No.
Isn't that like a sausage
That's Irish.
or something?
It's Irish.
Oh, that's right.
Remember I told you, like on Tuesday, I went to an Irish pub and I had bangers and mash.
That's right. That's where subliminally, I just
just all the drugs get in your head there, J-Bob. All right, so here we go. Dave says, per usual, bet the Ravens on the money line and the under. This week, the odds were the worst I have seen in weeks.
Seriously, yeah.
Totally true.
Really bad.
Totally true. And he says the bet song, the money line song that I've got rolling with my video there.
That is a banger.
I love that. I love that. I love having the rights to that, being able to use it. So, let's see. So, yeah, Dave is taking the money. Dave is saying he takes the Ravens on the money line. He's betting the under. So, I mean, that stinks, man. It really stinks. I hate it. But
to be almost 10-point underdog.
Yeah.
That is just brutal. Like, that is double possession. I mean, like 2 possession difference. That's but
so
that's a line that could make you some money because I mean I could see them losing, but still only losing by a touchdown.
Yeah, it's possible.
Boy, I don't know.
So I mean, who knows? Let's see. Andy says Jerry Jeudy with 7 catches for 74 yards and Latavius Murray for 101 yards. Brandon Johnson with 54 yards and 1 touchdown. I like his legs there on that, on that parlay.
That's a recipe.
That 3-leg parlay. But
I mean, that would be a dub, I would think, if all those things happened.
It could be. Well, I mean, look, Jay, how many times have we said, looking at those stats, I would have picked the Broncos to have been the winner?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. We get the stats, we get the motion, we just can't get in the damn end zone.
Yeah, red zone.
Oh,
that's true.
All right. Let's see. D-Rock, that guy. Score predictions: Baltimore 31, Denver 17. So the Ravens on the money line and the over. Yeah, he took the over.
There you go, right. D-Rock. Come play with the insanity.
You are our betting expert, so I'll go ahead and make my picks first. For the first time all season, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bet against my Broncos. It's the Ravens.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Me too, Lord Vader. But it is what it is. Right now, the Broncos just haven't given me enough hope. They just haven't. So the Ravens, they cover. The Ravens cover. Yep.
Oof.
Yep. 10-point, at least a 10-point victory. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it Baltimore 24, Denver 14.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Now, bro? Baltimore covers.
Right
Baltimore covers and wins, and the under.
Oh boy.
So there you go. Baltimore over Denver 24-10.
Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, you're so drugged out of your mind right now. You don't know much about anything. So
I'm so drugged. I'm gonna go to the unders.
Are you really?
I mean, I really think this is gonna be an under game because this is gonna be a running game. The Ravens could care less about like making a statement in this game. They just want to come out of this week with a dub as easy and as effortless as they can. That they're looking past this game. This is not something they circled on their schedule. So
might have been at the beginning of the season, but it's not now.
Certainly not. Yeah. So I would take. I'm gonna take the Broncos to cover. So I really think it's going to be a closer game than people think. I'm going to go with a let's go with a 24-17. No, wait. 24-14. 24-14.
So same score I predicted.
No, I can't have that then. 21-17.
Ravens victory, though, right?
Yeah, Ravens victory for sure.
But Broncos cover.
Ravens are going to win, but I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
What in the world? Dave comes in real quick and says, my understanding was 38.5, but DraftKings is now at 40.5.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
It's been some weird stuff on that. Like,
yeah, big time.
The lines have definitely changed quite a bit with not a whole lot of like massive changes as far as injury. That tells me that there's a lot of money being spread upon this game, which at a line of 9.5, that makes sense. Someone that doesn't give a crap about these two teams, that's actually a really good line to bet on. So that's a really high line.
Huh. Shadow says Lamar is a runner, and our offense won't help our defense out, so expect a tired front defensive line. Yeah, probably. And then Dave says it doesn't go up for the Broncos that often.
No, it doesn't.
So, I mean, who knows? Maybe they see something we don't. But that's our you want to bet. We'll see how we do during the post-game show. Guys, this has been fun, but now it's time to go actually watch the game, which kicks off in 15 minutes. So I'm giving you plenty of time to have a bathroom break, grab a beer, and go get ready to turn the game on. Please, one last time, jump on over. Make sure you check out the sponsor of this show, Dubby Jitterless Energy Blends. 5 delicious flavors, coming out with new ones all the time. Gives you all the energy you need. 2 cups of coffee worth of caffeine with no added fillers, no calories, no sugar, no maltodextrin, and no artificial colors. What?
Holy guacamole.
Guys, go get yourself some of that Dubby at dubby.gg. And when you are checking out, please use NRWOB10 to get yourself 10% off at checkout. Not a bad deal, you guys. Not a bad deal at all. And if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, share, throw in some extra comments if you want. I'll check them out after the show even. All right? I'll answer you. I promise you. Last but not least, Baltimore Ravens, prepare to get bucked. Love it.
That's right.
And that's right. One way or the other, get bucked, But here we go, guys. It's game time. So let's get out of here. Let's get out of here, guys, and we will see you after the game for the Buck Your Feelings post-game show. Prime time. Jay, you're free. Dude, you need to get off the drugs, man. I swear.
Prime time.
Prime time.
I'm going to start every single meeting. Every meeting this week, I'm going to just start it. Prime time.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody, like, they're going to come back from your son's birthday party and be like, how you feeling? You're going to be like, prime time.
Prime time.
Dave gives us peace sign. The orange and blue hearts. Shadow says, good points, fellas. Get better, Weaver. We will see you guys after the game for the Buck Your Feelings post-game show where you can come with us, win or lose, to buck your feelings. Guys, let's get out of here. It is time for us to let's ride.